You are using throwing weapons wrong. And it's not your fault. There's some hidden things about these weapons that are not explained in game, but through some testing I was able to find some secrets, and I'm here to share that with you guys today. So something to keep in mind is we're going to be talking about how to use your throwing weapon in VATS, with critical hits of course, and how to have your legendary effects applied to your throwing weapons. Also, if I teach you something that you didn't already know, you have to subscribe. That's the rule. So before we get started, I think we need to do a quick perk rundown and discuss which perks work with these weapons, which ones don't, and which ones actually stack together. So going ahead and getting into that, let's start with the sneak perks. Covert Operative and Ninja do stack together to give you a higher sneak damage multiplier. However, these are not viable in every situation, so take them on or off depending on if you can sneak or not. The armor penetration perks Bow Before Me and Tank Killer do not work with these weapons, so do not use these. They will not increase your damage at all. But if you want to use them in conjunction with a bow build, since you'll be using Hat Trick anyway, then feel free to do that because it will be an overall damage increase and you might as well have a 2-for-1 build. Talking about the build itself, here is the build. The only trees that really matter are Agility and Perception. You'll want to use the 3 cards in Perception here. And Agility, you want to use these cards if you're sneaking. If not, you'll have to remove the sneak cards in favor of the onslaught cards. You cannot fit both all the way maxed out at the same time, so just pick and choose as you go. So a unique mechanic that's not explained in the game is that throwing weapons have something I like to call legendary inherent. So what this means is that these weapons will inherit the legendary effects of the weapon you have equipped. Well, some of them, not all of them. The ones on screen I have shown here are the ones I was able to detect on the throwing weapons, and by far the highest damage you can get is with Furious on your first star. So if you want max damage, use the reverse onslaught system with Furious. This is a clip of me showing the different legendary effects applying to the weapon's damage on the Pip-Boy screen. When I put a bloody weapon on, it will increase the damage of my meat cleaver by a very large amount. When you put on something like a Furious weapon, it will not show this damage number increasing. However, this is done in the background with the onslaught perks. And this is me showing the effects in action. As you can see, my bloody damage and my electrician's perk are proccing on my tomahawk. This is just the most clear-cut way to show you guys that it actually does work.
Get away from me!
To give yourself the highest amount of damage possible on throwing weapons, you'll want to use the Furious 1-star effect with all of the onslaught perks, and you'll want to fit as much weak point damage as possible. So this will include things like the Gunslinger perk, an Expert Gunslinger, as well as the Pinpoint 4-star legendary effect. To use your throwing weapon inside of VATS, you will want to hold down whatever button you use to throw the throwing weapon to begin with, and then release it as soon as you press the VATS button. So you will hold it down, and then release it and immediately go into VATS, and this will make it track to wherever body part you have targeted in VATS. To do this with a critical hit, you just need to open VATS, select your critical hit, back out of VATS, and then redo that again. Hold down the key, release it, and enter VATS immediately. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I will see you guys in the next upload, so keep an eye out for that maybe in the next 2 or 3 days, and I'll see you guys there. Take care.